Hi everyone, in 2022 we stayed at 3 Ohio state parks and today we're going to rank them. Starting with Harrison Lake State Park. Our campsite was located in one of the loops. We were at 074N, and as you can see, the campsites were nice and spacious. Even though there were people on both sides of us, we still felt like we had some privacy. The dogs had plenty of space on their leads. They were not cramped. They were able to wander around the campsite but still be close. This campground even has an off-leash doggy beach. The dog beach was close to the campground. There were signs from the road pointing down to it. The dogs had a great time, and this would be a great lake to use to get your dogs used to swimming in a natural water environment. Some waves, but nothing overwhelming. The dogs had a great time, and we really appreciated that there was a pet-specific beach for them. And Harrison Lake is beautiful, a hidden gem in the state, really. There's a 3.5-mile loop trail around the gorgeous lake, and there's a humans-only beach as well. Harrison Lake State Park gets a 10 out of 10 in our book. There is literally nothing bad that I can think of about it. For our next state park, we have to hop on a ferry. Be sure to factor in the ferry cost. If you're taking your RV over, you will pay per vehicle and per person in the vehicle and by the foot for your RV. The only way to get to South Bass Island State Park is by boat or ferry, or there is a very small airport as well. As you can see, South Bass Island is very woody, and that makes it a shaded campground. We did have to move our vehicle because you can only have one vehicle on your campsite, and we rented a golf cart. Some of the campsites here were nice and spacious. Some were a little close together for our liking, but I think that can be forgiven since this is really more of a tourist town and they want to make sure more people can take advantage of it. Typical modern clean bathrooms with shower houses that were full stalls with locking doors. On the edge of the campground is a cliff overlooking Lake Erie. The breeze coming off the lake combined with all the trees in the campground really helped to make it a little bit cooler than the rest of the island. There is a rocky beach at South Bass Island State Park that just says swim at your own risk. It does not mention whether or not it is pet friendly. In this case, I would assume it was. However, it's not somewhere I think we really would swim, as it's just very rocky and would kind of be hard to enter and exit the water. I would give South Bass Island State Park a 9 out of 10 ranking. The only real cons are that it is very expensive to take your RV across the ferry, and it is possible to get stuck on the island if the wind conditions shut down the ferry, which can happen. For our next state park, we have to once again hop on the ferry. You will have to pay the Kelly's Island Ferry per vehicle, per person, and per foot of your RV. Our campsite, number 33, was spacious. We would have preferred just a little bit more space for the dogs, but it was fine. We were on an island. It's a tourist area. You really can't complain. Here, we were able to leave our vehicle on our site along with our golf cart. The dogs really enjoyed riding the golf cart around the campground. As you can see, most of the sites were spacious enough. They're not necessarily large, but they were not small by any means. There were shower houses within a good proximity to all the campsites. The bathrooms and showers were modern, full stalls, locking doors. The state park does not allow dogs on the beach. There are, however, other places for your dogs to swim on the island. Our ranking is a 9 out of 10. The only cons are so minor. It's expensive to bring your ferry. You know, the dogs aren't allowed on the state park beach, but there are other places for the dogs to swim. The only concern would be if the high winds shut the ferry down and you're stuck on the island. Let us know in the comments if you enjoyed this video.